Chanakya once declared, "A man is not poor because he lacks money. He is poor because he lacks vision." In every society, especially in America, two types of minds walk the same streets. One earns and survives. The other earns and multiplies. One complains about circumstances. The other studies systems. One reacts emotionally. The other calculates strategically. The difference is not luck. It is not background. It is not education alone. It is mindset. A poor mindset focuses on immediate comfort. A rich mindset focuses on long-term control. A poor mindset seeks validation. A rich mindset seeks leverage. Chanakya understood something dangerous. Wealth is attracted to disciplined thinkers, not desperate workers. In modern America, opportunities are abundant, but mental discipline is rare. People chase motivation, but they avoid structure. They chase income, but they ignore identity. If your thinking does not evolve, your income will never transform your life. This is not about money alone. It is about power, freedom, control. If you want to change your financial destiny, you must first change the way you think, because the battlefield is not outside. It is inside your mind. And tonight we break the difference between poor thinking and rich strategy. Chapter 1. The Psychology of a Poor Mind. Chanakya believed that poverty begins in thought long before it appears in reality. A poor mind is not defined by income. It is defined by patterns. The first pattern is short-term thinking. The poor mindset asks, "What feels good today?" The wealthy mindset asks, "What builds power tomorrow?" Short-term thinking prioritizes comfort over growth. It chooses entertainment over education, spending over investing, excuses over execution. When decisions are driven by immediate relief, long-term stability becomes impossible. The second pattern is emotional reaction. A poor mind reacts to circumstances, blames the economy, blames the system, blames other people's success. But reaction creates dependency. Chanakya warned that a man who blames others gives away his power. The rich mindset studies systems instead of attacking them. The third pattern is scarcity belief. A poor mind believes opportunity is limited, that success is reserved for others, that wealth is rare and unfair. Scarcity thinking creates hesitation. When you believe there is not enough, you compete emotionally instead of strategically. You fear risk. You avoid investment. You cling to safety. But safety without growth leads to stagnation. The fourth pattern is comparison. The poor mindset constantly measures itself against others. Social media amplifies this weakness. Instead of building quietly, the poor mind consumes visually. Comparison leads to impulsive spending, status chasing, and financial pressure. Wealth is rarely built in comparison. It is built in focus. The fifth pattern is lack of discipline. Discipline is the bridge between income and independence. Without discipline, money flows in and out without structure. Impulse controls decisions. Mood controls action. Excitement controls spending. Chanakya believed self-control is the foundation of power. If you cannot control your mind, you cannot control your resources. The poor mindset seeks motivation. The rich mindset builds habits. Motivation is temporary. Habits are permanent. The poor mindset waits for opportunity. The rich mindset prepares for it. The poor mindset seeks applause. The rich mindset seeks leverage. Understand this clearly. Poverty is not just a financial state. It is a psychological condition. And until the psychology shifts, income alone changes nothing. You can double your earnings. But if your thinking remains the same, your results will repeat. Chanakya did not try to fix external conditions first. He fixed internal weakness. Because when the mind becomes disciplined, strategy becomes clear. And when strategy becomes clear, wealth becomes possible. The battle between poor and rich is not fought in the market. It is fought in the mind. Chapter 2. The discipline of a wealth mind. Chanakya understood that wealth does not reward effort alone. It rewards discipline. A wealth mind is not emotional, it is structured. The first trait of a wealthy mind is delayed gratification. While others spend to celebrate progress, the wealthy reinvest to multiply it. They understand a powerful truth. Temporary pleasure destroys permanent power. Discipline means saying no today so you can say yes tomorrow. The second trait is strategic patience. Most people want fast success. They chase trends. They jump between opportunities. They abandon plans too early. But wealth grows through consistency. Chanakya believed timing is everything. A disciplined mind does not rush growth. It builds foundations. It studies markets. It understands risks. It moves with calculation. The third trait is emotional control. Money tests emotions constantly. Fear during downturns. Greed during growth. Jealousy during comparison. The wealth mindset remains stable. It does not panic sell. It does not impulsively buy. It does not compete emotionally. It observes. Control over emotion creates control over outcome. The fourth trait is value creation. A poor mindset asks, how can I earn more? A wealth mindset asks, how can I become more valuable? Income increases when value increases. Skills, knowledge, problem-solving ability. The disciplined individual invests in self-growth before luxury. They understand that personal development is the highest return investment. The fifth trait is system thinking. Wealthy minds build systems, not chaos. Budgets, investment plans, business structures, automated savings. They remove randomness from their financial life. Structure reduces mistakes. Emotion decreases when systems increase. Chanakya believed that power grows in organized systems. Chaos benefits no one. The sixth trait is quiet execution. A wealthy mind does not announce every move. It builds silently. It compounds quietly. It avoids unnecessary attention, because attention often creates pressure, and pressure weakens discipline. Finally, the wealth mindset understands identity. It sees itself as responsible, not a victim, not unlucky, not powerless. Responsibility creates control. Control creates confidence. Confidence creates calculated action, and calculated action creates wealth. Understand this clearly. Wealth is not a lottery result. It is a behavioral pattern. If your habits are unstable, your finances will mirror that instability. If your habits are disciplined, your finances will stabilize. Chanakya did not chase gold. He mastered himself first. Because when the mind is disciplined, money becomes manageable. And when money becomes manageable, freedom becomes possible. The difference between poor and rich is not opportunity. It is discipline. Chapter 3. Chanakya's Strategic Shift Formula. Chanakya never believed in slow accidental change. He believed in deliberate transformation. If you want to shift from a poor mindset to a wealthy one, you cannot rely on motivation. You need strategy. The first step is brutal self-awareness. Observe your financial behavior without emotion. Where do you overspend? Where do you hesitate? Where do you avoid responsibility? You cannot correct what you refuse to confront. Chanakya taught that clarity precedes power. The second step is identity reconstruction. Stop saying, I am bad with money. Start saying, I am learning financial control. Language shapes identity. Identity shapes behavior. When you redefine yourself as disciplined, your decisions begin to align. The third step is controlled environment. Your surroundings influence your standards. If you constantly expose yourself to consumer pressure, your spending increases. If you surround yourself with builders, your ambition increases. Audit your influences, social media, friends, conversations. A strategic mind designs its environment. The fourth step is micro-discipline. Do not attempt dramatic overnight change. Start small. Track expenses daily. Invest a fixed percentage automatically. Limit impulse purchases for 30 days. Small disciplined actions compound into identity shifts. Chanakya understood that empires are built through consistent execution, not emotional bursts. The fifth step is leverage focus. Instead of asking how to earn more hours of income, ask how to create scalable value. Skills that multiply, assets that appreciate, systems that generate recurring returns. Time alone does not create wealth. Leverage does. The sixth step is emotional detachment from status. Stop measuring success by visibility. Luxury without assets is fragile. Status without stability is temporary. A strategic thinker prioritizes net worth over attention. Finally, commit to long-term positioning. Wealth is not built in weeks. It is built in years of consistent strategy. If you change your mindset but quit early, you return to old patterns. Chanakya believed persistence is silent power, not loud, not dramatic, but relentless. Understand this. You do not become wealthy by accident. You become wealthy by design. Design your habits. Design your environment. Design your investments. Design your identity. Because when thinking shifts, behavior shifts. When behavior shifts, results shift. And when results shift consistently, wealth stops being distant. It becomes inevitable. The war between poor and rich is not decided by opportunity. It is decided by strategy. And strategy begins inside your mind.